I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Welcome everybody, Marion County Commission meeting Monday, December 22, 2025, 12:30 p.m. Start off with public forum. Is there anybody from the public that would like to speak in the room or online? Hearing none, close the public forum. Move on to the agenda approval. Is there anything we need to add? And the encumbrances on the administrative?
No, that'll be on the 31st.
Sheriff?
Oh, yeah, but, yes, during admin.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna just add it as a separate.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, administrative business.
sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, first we have change orders.
Where's it? Trying to find the one just so I could take it out.
So,
Prove it separately. Yeah. I can't authorize that one. I have to abstain.
Want to sign this? Just look at it.
No.
Yeah, sign that one
Sign
by
that one.
itself. That's for Elkhorn.
No, we don't have to sign that, do
Okay, you don't have to. I'm not.
Yeah, you don't have
we?
to.
It's in the package.
the reason it's pulled up separate for signatures is, okay.
Okay, next we have the minutes of December 15.
I had a chance to review the minutes. Any corrections?
I just have one correction
Yes.
on the public comment. I think Mr. Wyatt said we need to seize more Airbnbs. I believe his comment was we needed to cease.
Oh, yeah, it does say seize. Like take them. Cease.
We don't want them.
Yeah, we don't want them.
It'd be the next to last line in that
Oh,
paragraph.
yeah, so do the,
Yeah.
oh, yes, okay. I can fix that and we can approve it next week or sign it next week.
Make a motion to approve it with the text change.
It's a minor text change, it just,
I'll second it.
So your motion, or who motioned? You motioned, okay.
Second.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll get that updated.
That's probably something.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I do read them.
That's good.
I did not stop on that word to see it.
Okay, we have early checks in the amount of $9,076.28.
Anybody got any questions with any of the warrants? If not, is there a motion to approve? Motion,
Second.
second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And that's all I have.
Okay, I have a couple of items. I think I emailed you my report. Okay, I received, we had talked a few months back and you had approved doing a rebuild for 2 of our motor graders. And so, that is a 3-year no interest financing through Caterpillar. And so they are going to actually need, before we can move ahead with the actual documents approving placing that on our CAT account, they need a motion of approving the 3-year no interest financing on both of those rebuilds.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Do we do them both together or 2 separate ones?
It's fine to do them both together.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5-0.
Okay. I did double check it and the non-appropriation clause is in there. It looks like it'll be a monthly payment on these. So. And it's my understanding that one of them is back in operation and the other one, the last time, it should be any day if it's not back by now.
So will those payments flow from special equipment?
Yes, that's where that we budgeted. Okay, just verifying that, we don't always follow the federal holiday schedule, but there were some recent changes that the president implemented for the Christmas holidays. And I just want to make sure that, I've had some people asking and because our approved holidays for this year are Christmas Day and the day following. And I'm assuming that the board doesn't want to add Christmas Eve as well and onto the current year.
It's easier to move Wednesday to Friday.
Maybe Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, it would just be Thursday, Friday.
Moving Wednesday to Friday, because that's what we've done already.
Yeah.
Already done that.
No, what he has declared for federal holiday now is Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after. So it would be adding one. And I was assuming, I don't want to assume, I'm just making sure that there is no, that the board is not looking at adding anything this year.
I think it helps the public if they get off one of those days, then they can get in.
Okay. Well, that's what I kind of had answered, but I wanted to at least bring it up and make sure that I didn't give the wrong answer, so, okay.
And take vacation day.
Right. Okay, and then I had asked, Sheriff to come over. He has, he wanted to present some body camera, a proposal, and since encumbrances are due tomorrow, I wanted him to get him before you all to go over kind of his process and what he's looking at, so.
Hello, hello. Sorry about my attire, but we were delivering Christmas gifts this morning to families, so I dressed down a little bit. They get kind of weirded out when I show up in full uniform on their porch. What I'm here to talk to you guys about today is our body worn cameras. So we got them back in 2017 prior to me. We have 0 in-car cameras working right now, 0. And they are way too much to replace them or fix them or send them in. Our body worn cameras, the body cam itself that goes on the officer, we're sending about 1 or 2 every other week back to Chanute to get them fixed. There was a warranty on them, and it was about $7,000 a year. And we would send them in, and they kept telling us that this isn't covered under warranty, this isn't covered under warranty, it's out of date, you know. I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. So we just stopped paying the warranty. We just been paying cash to get, well, not cash, but paying money to get them fixed when we need to get them fixed. Cause I gotta have enough for my patrol guys. So we've been doing some research on who to go with for body worn cameras. We've whittled it down to Motorola Solutions. We cannot, as Marion County, cannot afford Axon, who is the premier body cam people. So our bid is to. Did you say that was page 6, Sarah?
Oh, no, I didn't give page 5 is what
Page 5.
mine was, showed the cost.
So the total cost of these things is astronomical, to say it out loud. It's $177,713 for a body cam system. They initially were wanting like $80,000 up front, and then make after the first year, then you have 4 years of payments. I've actually got them to come down to $40,000 for initial payment, and I believe we have the money in our budget to encumber that for this year to make that payment. But that would leave us for the next 4 years paying an amount, and we'd have to give them $34,428.33 for the next 4 years after this year, after the original payment of $40,000. To do that, after speaking with Tina, we've talked about this in and out, and we would have to have some kind of
We need a non-appropriation clause in the agreement that we would sign. And because of Kansas budget law, you would have to have that. But as long as we can get that language in the contract, which I don't see any reason why we can't, then, I would be comfortable with doing it.
Would it? It's a large amount of money, but it's liability wise, I think it's the hugest tool we have in our tool bag.
How many units are you looking at?
There would be, I think there was 10 units. Now I've got it all broke down in here. This was including installation and everything. The one thing I did look ahead for was, we're getting some vehicles outfitted at Serve down in Andover for our new patrol cars through Enterprise. When I did talk to him the other day, I asked him if he could build a board up inside so we didn't have to take them back if we got approved to reinstall those. So he's gonna bring it all out to the surface, so it'll be a plug and play system. We won't have to go back in and dig into those cars and tear them all apart to put them back in there. I know they're expensive. It's one of them deals. I didn't want to come over and ask for this, but we learned quite a bit of the last car chase that went all the way to Salina. The only view I got was steering wheels. That was all I got. I didn't get any of the stuff that was out in front of the car, any of the stuff that would have, in my opinion, was the bad guy using deadly force. We didn't get any of that on camera. All we got was our body cams on. It was right there at the steering wheel. Nothing out looking forward to the vehicle. Something I do like about these is you activate the lights different than the body cams we have now. As soon as the lights are activated, not only is the in-car camera activated, but the body cam itself is activated too. So there's no, I forgot to turn my body cam on when I got out of the vehicle. It's just automatically on as soon as you hit the lights. The other thing I like about it is the body cam itself They're integratable to our phones, to our system, and this is a whole new system. This isn't just the body cam and the in-car camera. This is the downloads. This is the software. So right now, the way it works for our body cams and our in-car cams, if they were working, is we'd have to pull up to the sheriff's office and they would automatically start downloading. If we get a call and that officer has to leave, then that takes a chance of getting interrupted because you're leaving. With this system, as soon as it hits the system in the car, it's a cloud-based and it's automatically gonna get downloaded to the cloud. All tamper-proof evidence, they can't go in, they can't change anything. There'll only be 2 people that'll be allowed at our evidence custodians to pull anything off of these cameras. So that way nobody can ever say that we adjusted them or redacted them. It does have a redacting system, just like I had to handle an open record request the other day where somebody requested some car stops from us. We have the ability to go in and redact people's names and dates of birth, and their personal information if they want that information. So we do have that ability on this system. So,
When the lights are activated, is there, say you just routine stop and you're not really throwing reds on, and then something takes place, they have the ability to switch them on?
yes, we'll have the ability to switch them on, but also the nice thing is they're gonna fall back 30 seconds prior to the incident. So the system is recording the entire time, but it's not storing that. But once the lights are hit or the body cam is activated, it jumps back. We can set it like 30 seconds to a minute back. And that's how the system would be set up. So that way you would actually have video prior to the incident happening, so that you could see what kind of led up to it.
Sounds.
So,
What's the warranty issues with this?
we have a 5-year warranty. We don't make that $34,000 payment anymore. After the 5th year, then it goes into the subscription plan, which is, I think it was like $500 per camera if we needed to work on something. So, that answer your question, Mike?
There's,
How much the warranty would cost just on top of it?
So this was the 5-year warranty. This comes with everything. So it don't cost any extra. The 5-year warranty, everything in here is included in this package.
Be $500 deductible or something, is that what you're saying?
So,
is there a spare in this?
yes, there is a spare added in that.
Ones have one.
The spare body cam, won't be a spare in-car cam, but just a spare body cam. So if we have a part-timer working, so each body cam will be issued to the officer, so it'll only record his events. It's not like you can go grab this guy's body cam and put it on you. It's always gonna be assigned to that officer. But we do have part-time, we'll have a part-time spare in there, so if a part-time guy comes and works, he can put the part-time cam on.
One go bad, it's,
Yep.
even if you've done it for
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm trying to do is encumber the first $40,000, and then we would have to have some kind of agreement with the clause that Tina was talking about that'll allow us to go in agreement for the next 4 years for the $34,000 payment.
And I'm not, we're not necessarily asking for the approval of the encumbrance today. We would put it on for the, with your encumbrances that you approve on payday. But we would want you to tentatively approve the purchase. Yeah,
Concept.
so that we can then encumber. I would say pending staff review for.
So make a motion to go ahead and proceed with acquisition pending staff review.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0.
Thank you, gentlemen, appreciate your time. Ladies, thank you.
Thanks for coming over.
You guys come play with it when I get it in.
See one.
I hope I'm never on the other end of that video footage.
Yeah. Same.
Once a week,
Second that.
once a week.
Oh my gosh, okay. The only other thing, you had mentioned you wanted to have another building project discussion. And initially we had put, when I looked at my notes, you had said to do that on December 8th. Well, we did not do that. And it sounds like maybe we're a little bit up in the air right now as far as how we want to move forward. So my plan is to work with the clerk's office, do some budget review, before we get to next meeting, and then, look at encumbrances, look at where we are with our targets, and then have some better information for you to make some funding type decisions. But to me, it sounded like you were thinking maybe different, completely different thoughts than we were last time, so. Is there anything else besides, you know, that you're wanting for that besides just? I just didn't want it to go off the radar. I didn't want you all to think that I forgot about it or anything like that. It was just that it feels a little bit up in the air.
I agree.
So look back, you know, after we do some budget review, and then
I think that's appropriate.
unless somebody else has different ideas. Okay. I believe that was all that I have on mine. I was asked to put a commission discussion on about the planning commission appointments that took place on at the December 1 meeting. So that's why that is there.
I asked Tina to put that back on there. We did approve 2 appointments on December 1st. The first one was to replace one, a member that was already on there that had requested to be to have that filled. The second one, I guess I wasn't quite sure where we're at. We did approve an appointment to the member at large. At that time, I thought the member at large's term was up. Come to find out that member at large had the ability to serve another term. And so my question was that member asked if they wanted to serve another term or if they were wanting off? And that hasn't been answered to me. I guess when the when the presentation was made for a new applicant, were we just taken for granted we were replacing? Because if it was, the motion should have stated that we were replacing a member of the commission instead of just appointing a new person.
I think I said that I appreciated the fact that they'd been on. It was the end of a term. They could have served another term, but nobody has ever contested one of these before. And so when I had somebody new that was willing to serve, I figured we ought to give them a shot.
Well, I think it should have been disclosed though, that individual could serve another term. And that individual either said, I do not wish to serve another term, or that I do. And from what I understand, that person was not asked.
And I asked during that time, said, was his term up? And he said yes.
Because they're allowed to serve so many terms.
Yeah.
Right.
So
He's got one more he could serve.
His term was up, but he could serve another term.
Right. And
I was misled kind of.
no, that's just.
I didn't ask no questions.
I looked at it as he served 3 terms prior, and then we moved him to the at-large because there was nobody willing to fill it. So somebody's willing to fill it now. Technically, he'd been in there for 4 terms. So I put a new person in, thinking somebody was willing. Let's give him a shot.
I'm not questioning the person that was brought up. I'm sure he's very qualified. But I just don't, I don't think we handled it appropriately.
Yeah,
That's just my
yeah,
position.
I don't feel we should,
Board can make it feel different.
we should change horses in the middle. We got a lot of important things going on. Bed and breakfast and Article 27. And Derek's a great leader and kept the meeting in order, you know, didn't let it get sidetracked. And he's wants to stay on, because I was at that board meeting, Clark were both there, and the whole board was shocked that it came out that he was kicked off. That's what he was, I mean, that's what the planning and zoning board people thought,
I wonder if the confusion
no
is,
communications.
I wonder if the confusion is because this was an at-large member and the nomination came from a single individual with nobody else knowing about it ahead of time. Then perhaps that's what caused the confusion, because I also had a question from Commissioner Beneke about it, because I don't know, you know, it's been the practice of all of you to go ahead and nominate for your own district. And that has never been an issue with anybody being appointed, to my knowledge. But I think that the question I was getting more was, they kind of came really fast at the end of the meeting, and they weren't aware, or it wasn't clicking with them that this was an at-large appointment, which would be subject to nominations from all board members. That's the way I understood the confusion that came out of it, so.
Well, I had the application. Another one got made, so we were on that topic. I even said in that meeting, I wasn't planning on doing that today. But since we were on the topic, I moved forward.
And Evan has not been sworn in yet, so he's not officially on. That didn't happen till January, changed to the guards.
Right.
Well, I just think that the member at large should have said, I'm not interested in serving in another term, even though I can. I mean, I just think that would just been professional conduct, basically.
Knowing what I know now, that wouldn't have been my vote that day. Don't know if we can change it, but that's what I would wish, that we could go back and revote.
So I just wonder if maybe there needs to be a different, like an outline procedure on how this board wants to handle their at-large appointment process. So. I mean, the person is appointed by a motion and a vote. And that is what occurred. I would assume that if somebody wants to make a different motion and vote, that they can do that. But that was what was done, and that appointment stands unless this board takes a different action.
Make a motion that Derek Belton retain his at-large position for the next 3 years.
I think we have to rescind a motion that was made on December 1st. That would be the appropriate thing, and then start over with a new motion. Are you making a motion then to rescind the December 1st motion?
Yes, I move that we rescind Evan Yoder's appointment to the at-large position on planning and zoning for the 2026 term.
Second that.
Motion and a second. Discussion, like I said, he's been on there 4 terms.
Exactly, and there's a lot of qualified people in this county. And to pigeonhole planning and zoning decisions with the same people over and over again, I think is a mistake for the county.
Just, I got somebody to apply for the at-large. Nobody contests these spots. Nobody ever fights for these spots. You go throwing this guy out the window. Then go ahead and try to fill your next seat.
Well, I'm curious what district this person is actually in.
Would be District 3.
I'm just looking to see if there are other.
Has anybody
When the
received
next term is
any
up.
complaints about any of the members being biased one way or another? I haven't. I haven't.
Yeah, but I try not to let that. That's why I don't try to attend the meetings. I try not to.
Both of my constituents for District 2 are upset with me over this.
So, anyway, so there's a motion and a vote on the table, or a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Aye. 3-2.
So was that motion just reversing the appointment? But it wasn't appointing anyone?
No.
Do you want to accept applications for the full board to consider for the next term?
Yes,
Or is there another?
if we can get any applications.
The way I understand it, the current member has stated that he would be willing to serve another term.
You stated that to me also.
So the board you have a choice. I mean, you can appoint someone else,
Take new,
or you can open a process to accept applicants to who are interested in that at-large position for you to all to consider as a board and appoint.
I'd make a motion to reappoint Derek Belton to the new 3-year term starting in January.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
I think that's out of line. An at-large position, should be at-large, it shouldn't be, I mean, everybody should have a voice. The applicant was brought before the committee, the commission, everybody voted for it. Whether I mean, if you had concerns, if you had questions, they should have been raised on December 1st. I just think, that, it's not the way to go, but anyway, you can call for your vote.
I don't know, the criticism from one way, it seems like it's going back the other way, so. All right, motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
3-2.
I'm gonna make another motion that, when any vacancies open up, that those applicants would come to us for consideration and to not be voted on the week that they are presented.
So you want the applicant, there's a motion and a second. You want the applicant to come in front of the board?
I said that the application, we have the application, that we not vote on that the day we receive that at first commission viewing. So it could be following, doesn't have to be the following week, but following.
Okay. I don't see anything wrong with that.
I just think it's a little bit.
Then do we need to go back and
More responsible.
revisit all the other nominations this year that were made with that process?
It's had one saw, isn't it?
No.
No,
State that one more time.
that, I made a motion that at the time, at first viewing of the new application, that it be acted on at a following commission meeting.
Second that.
Mike,
No.
you still second it with the clarify? Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Aye.
4-1.
Okay, you ready for the next agenda item?
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon. Next tech.
Okay, so we had a conditional use permit application come before the planning commission, case number PC 2505, for a 250-foot guide wire communications tower with accompanying ground equipment. And this was a request filed by Creighton Ramus, agent for Next Tech Wireless, and this is on ground owned by Russell Funk. This is an agricultural zoned tract, generally at 90th and Indigo. And the planning commission met on December 4th. And the consensus of the planning commission, sorry, I guess let me back up a little bit. There were no protest petitions filed for this case prior to the meeting today. And the planning commission on December 4th voted to approve case PC 2505 with the suggested conditions noted in the staff report and contingent upon FCC approval. The FCC approval is still on track for January of 2026. That process was delayed slightly because of the federal shutdowns. The conditions that were noted in the staff report are that if unused for a period of 12 months or more, the structure shall be declared abandoned and the applicant shall be required to remove the tower and appurtenances. All above ground improvements must be removed to the underground. All above ground improvements must be removed and the underground improvements must be removed to a depth of 3 feet. Affected ground should be restored to a use compatible with surrounding use. Strict adherence to the development plan of record is required. The tower and associated infrastructure shall be built and or installed according to manufacturer's recommendations. Adherence to all federal, state, and local regulations is required, and mitigation for the interference or obstruction of existing local communications towers shall be the responsibility of the applicant. Do you have any questions? And the applicant had hoped to get on the virtual meeting today. He is traveling today, so he is not able to attend.
Just the one up by your place.
No, it's
No,
not
no,
south.
south, it's south,
Along 13-mile road, down by 90th on the east side.
I know Next Tech is becoming more and more of a mainstream carrier in this area, so.
Does that tie into that line they're putting in to go at a different company? Next tech line that they're.
Next tech's on the elevator. There, I think. No, it's TCW.
I don't think Next Tech, this is their first communication tower in the county, I believe.
The one by Durham is the next
That's
tech.
Verizon. Tower.
I think that one's next tech.
That was Verizon.
One that just went in last year.
I know Next Tech has put in several in town, like on elevators and things like that. So they're becoming more prevalent.
All right, I will make a motion to approve with conditions in this, as it states in the staff report. On case PC-25-05.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. All right. 5-0.
Do you need another copy? You need a different copy.
Oh, do you have one?
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you.
That one got a coffee stain.
Something like that. You have to approve that.
Oh.
You have to adopt the resolution as well.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-21. Approving a conditional use permit to establish a 250-foot guide wire tower.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5-0. Good thing I approved the staff report with this too.
Anything else?
Can you stick around for a minute? Okay.
I move that we recess into executive session in order to discuss job performance of specific employees pursuant to KSA 75-4319B. Item number 1, personal matters of non-elected personnel. With the board, Sharon, Tina, for 15 minutes until 1:30. Open session to resume back to the chamber following the closed session. We have a second by Kent. All those in favor? Aye.
Right here in a second.
Yeah. Out of executive session, no decisions made. This time.
Somebody else want to ask it?
You're the vice.
We recess in executive sessions, 5 minutes in order to discuss job performance of a specific employee. And with the board, Sharon and Tina,
Pursuant to,
PSA, what?
under pursuant to KSA 754319B, for personnel matter. 5 minutes.
Who's supposed to be here?
Board, Sharon and Tina. All those in favor?
Resume back at 1:37. All those in favor?
38.
Wake them up, huh?
Okay, Rod.
All right, out of executive session, no decisions made.
Here he is.
yeah, I didn't know. I scheduled that at 2:00.
So just go on to commission comments. Anybody has any? I did a virtual KAC meeting, end of the year. Pictures are all uploaded. Reappointed Dean Hazelhurst as our at-large. So we could finish off the board appointments and established a committee to recruit new board officers. Housekeeping meeting is all it was. It's probably about 10 minutes long, so. And I
It's
also,
nice that she could do it online then.
yeah, and I also nominated Jason Cope from Nemaha County to fill the District 1 position.
Just,
So I had to call Megan so she can come down.
what,
I got Megan's phone number, so I call her and talk.
if you want to.
Sid, I believe, is gonna be looking for a new director.
Again?
Awfully big. Phil leaves, it's gonna be awful big. Phil.
He attended the juvenile detention meeting Wednesday, and Sean has been, basically started the program 28 years ago with just a building, a can carrier and that, but he's retiring this summer. He has a good replacement, but then we gotta replace her position and then replace another position. So the trickle down effect of that hopefully goes fairly smooth. Found out one thing about Caper's retirement and trying to keep him on his insurance through with a void for 6 months causes a
We're running ahead of schedule, we're ready.
somewhat precarious position to
Come on
handle.
in.
So we're thinking we're getting that worked out, and I guess one is if he retires in August instead of
Thanks, Dave.
a couple months later, we'll ease part of it, so it'll still be like a 60 instead of a 6 month. It's amazing what you find out on some of this stuff. It is not as simple as we'd like it to be.
No, it's not. Nothing's ever simple.
Pretty amazing what he created in 28 years from just a building. And has had it the whole time. And they fed us a pretty good breakfast the other.
Any other topics?
Can you report on Brad? Can you report on Brad?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call a recess for 10 minutes.
I won't hold it any longer.
1:51. I figured Mike needed to get up. 1:51, we're back in session. All right, Megan,
Had to ask.
oh gosh, you have the,
Perfect. Thank you guys very much for giving me the opportunity to come and chat with you today. I am racing the clock on a project for the city, and I've come to ask you guys for a little bit of help today. We're working on a grant application. It's the tourist attraction grant from the Department of Tourism, which is working in conjunction with the Kansas Department of Commerce. The grant is specifically for expanding an existing tourism attraction or creating something new. And we would like to take advantage of this grant opportunity to expand the rhino tour within Marion, make it a little bit more visible to folks that are coming into our community, and also give the rhinos that we have existing a little bit of a facelift. The reason I'm coming to the county commissioners is specifically we would like to place some rhinos on property that is county property, but we know already attracts out of town or out of county visitors. We're looking to place rhinos in these areas that we already know are attracting people from out of the community with freestanding signs next to them that would have the map, have information about why the rhinos started, why they continue, and the different places within the community where you could get paper maps, passports, find rhinos, all of that good thing. The goal being that if folks come and they're camping at the county lake, for instance, they see the rhino, they're intrigued, they stop to read what they find in this sign, take a look at the map, realize there are all of these other locations that have painted rhinos within the community. And now these campers that may have ventured in for groceries now have a reason to come to the downtown and spend an entire day here. They stop, they get coffee, they might tour the Elgin and decide, oh, why don't we consider, staying here for our anniversary in 3 months. They stop for lunch. They stick around for dinner. They may even stop and shop a couple of the boutique stores that we have within the community. So now these campers that may or may not have spent a little bit of money on groceries are spending an extra $60 to $100 in our downtown that they weren't originally planning to. The grant money, we are using private donations, going around to businesses, asking if they're interested in sponsoring rhinos. The grant money basically is to help the city put signs, rhinos, murals on public property. And of course, I'm happy to answer any questions I can.
You want to maybe mention the properties that you're interested in placing rhinos
Absolutely.
at?
Like I mentioned, we'd love to put some out at the county lake. The first place that I immediately thought of is there where I believe it's Upland intersects with Lakeshore, because I feel like that's a very visible location. I'd also love to put a medium-sized rhino at the lake office. We would love to put one in the courthouse lawn, out by the emergency services building, and at the sheriff's office.
It's just different sizes.
Yes, we'd like to put the large at the courthouse and the large at that intersection of Upland and Lakeshore.
How large is large?
It's the same size as what is in Central Park. So it's not huge by any means, but it's a sturdier, more visible rhino than the medium, which you would see in front of businesses. That's the large right there.
That's the actual size?
Well,
It's probably 4 foot high by 6 or 7 foot long.
yeah.
Oh, it's bigger than that then.
It's big. It's big enough for kids. You can get 2 or 3 kids on it.
Yeah. Which is why it's perfect for the park, because it holds up a little better to the kids climbing on it. So essentially what I'm coming for today, if the county was in a position where they would like to help with this, that is amazing. But if the county just says, yes, it's okay for you to do this, that is also amazing.
When you say help with this, do you mean financially?
Yes.
So maybe explain a little bit about
Of
that.
course. So we have, the medium-sized rhinos are regularly priced at $300 a rhino. The grant would take that price down to $200 a piece. The larger rhinos are normally $650. the grant would take those down to $400 a piece. The freestanding signage that we'd like to put by it has a sliding plexiglass door, so as the tour changes, you know, if rhinos are added or subtracted, we can change that map and change it in the signage without having to purchase new signs. Those are $1,000 a piece.
So the request would be either to potentially have permission to place rhinos at the locations with no financial obligation from the county, or to financially sponsor, to request financial sponsorship
Correct.
and placement.
Yes.
Would this be a place where the tourism money is collected?
Tax.
This would be an acceptable use of bed tax funds.
Yes.
Yeah. And the one you say at Upland and Lakeshore,
Yes, like
Where?
right where like across the street from where Kingfishers used to be.
it's all on the lakes, the
On the
county's
lakeside.
property.
Yes.
We've already got a statue there, so,
I believe so, toward,
I mean, there might
To
be
the
too much
CCC?
of one location. Just my opinion.
or more reasons for somebody to stop there and look around for a little bit.
War Memorial sits right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's down below.
Sits a little further south and down.
I would say if the board wants to allow placement of one of the large rhinos, that you all would determine the location, the appropriate location out there. Because you may not want,
With Isaac,
it may or may not be the most appropriate location, depending on.
Where's the swing set and stuff? Might be, what's this any if we were gonna allow one? There at
At the
one-
park.
Yeah. Would be northeast of, just northeast. That's okay. That's where I would suggest.
Right, and I don't know that you need the exact location right now today.
Yes.
We won't be ordering them for a while. It's just kind of having a plan to be able to communicate, knowing that we have these placements planned.
And your grant application is due when?
It is due technically January 7th, but I'm trying to have as much information put together as I can before the end of the year.
Because my responses would be, and I don't have an issue with it, but if we place one, you better have a large enough area that any other community that has some similar type of thing to say, hey, what about us? Okay, we're gonna have to stick yours in there too. So you're talking about a fairly substantial area, whether it's here at the courthouse or out there at County Lake.
Yeah, any of the county properties. I see what the potential.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, Marion does it, but we can't discriminate against anybody else that's in the county.
I completely agree, and I would say, you know, put them out there, support the individual communities in the county. Let's bring us all together and increase our tourism.
need a motion to, make the motion that we work with Isaac on placement out at the county lake.
Aye.
Work with Tina on placement at the courthouse.
They just need to know if we would allow it. We can work on placement
Yeah,
later.
Are you just talking about the rhinos, or are you talking about any other object that any other community would wanna put up?
the rhino.
You're just the rhino. Is.
Well, she's talking about signs and I have an issue with putting, if if you'll scroll back up,
Yeah, where's the sign?
Ashley, back
Where's the
up.
sign intended location?
We would only be putting the signs by where we have large rhinos. So if we do a larger sized rhino out at the county lake, we'd like to have the sign by it, so when folks see the rhino, they can also see why there's a rhino, where they can find the other rhinos,
An overkill.
all that information. Well, the biggest feedback that we get from the rhinos is sometimes it's hard for people to, they see them, they're interested in them, they want to follow the tour, but there's no information about where they can find that. So I'd like to be able to have an information kiosk essentially right there by the rhinos. And something that we can easily change, so we're not having to spend money to redo the signs anytime the map gets outdated.
Back to your point, then anybody else that wants to put a sign up out at the county lake?
So that's what I said, you'd have to have a big enough area that would be designated for that. I don't know how much space there is out there around the, just off of that corner where it'd be visible. I mean, maybe there's plenty of space there, I don't know. But the yard around here, not that much.
Well, if they wouldn't put a big one. They wouldn't put a big one here.
Yeah.
There has been a medium-sized rhino at the courthouse in the past, but it moved when emergency services moved, and then I don't know what happened to it.
It's out there.
Is it out at the emergency services?
I think it's out there.
You haven't been on the tour yet?
I'm sorry?
You haven't taken a rhino tour yet?
I have, and I found all but one of the rhinos, so that may be the one I'm missing.
Might be. But even with the small one here, you're still gonna have to have room for other stuff. I'm not sure it's a great idea on the courthouse grounds. I don't have an issue with it out of the county lake if there's plenty of places that other communities can advertise.
It's a big open area,
Yeah.
easy to drive by.
We'll break this out to two. In favor of letting them put the rhino on county properties.
Well, I said, I don't have a problem with it as long as it's open to every community, and it needs to be communicated to the county that we're doing this. It's open to you too, if we're gonna do it. Otherwise, you're gonna get feedback from other communities and say, why'd you let Marion do that? You never asked us, we're gonna do something.
I'm not including the signs, just the rhino. The rhino, in favor.
I'm gonna be a curmudgeon, and I just don't think it's appropriate on county property. Just for the fact that then we have to, anybody that wants to advertise their,
I mean, I think it would be good for tourism if it's in the right place. I'm not sure about right here at the courthouse.
We wouldn't do private businesses. Have to be non-profit organizations.
Just the rhinos, Mike, where you sit.
50-50 either way. I don't wanna stop it if we think that's important, but I think it could. Unless we would agree a specific place up front to start with. And that's it. Whether we just put one out the lake, that's it. Like I said, I think
We had
that.
Road and Bridge or someone do a little checking out there to see what would be available county lake wise, or designate someone to do that.
We'll break it out this way. Okay with the rhinos, pending approval of placements.
She should be Isaac, shouldn't it?
Well, that's County Lake.
Since that's his
We've got all different areas here.
domain.
She talked about the sheriff's department, she talked about the courthouse, she talked about, so, yeah, Isaac's not gonna pick them all.
The sheriff's department has one out there.
What's that?
Sheriff have one out there already?
I think they do, don't they?
The county emergency services had one at one point in time when they were out here by the courthouse. And it may be out there, I haven't seen it yet.
I think it may be up there on the highway.
The sheriff's office, I don't believe has one. I've gone by there a few times looking and I haven't spotted it, so.
Maybe misbehaved.
My only thought is, like I said, where that swing set and slide is out there at the lake, which is not exact location. But that would be, I think, appropriate to put one if.
You have a parking problem, you can stop in the middle of the road to look at it.
As far as the sign goes on any county properties,
I'm not in favor of that.
no.
If,
No.
may I ask a question? Would that be all right? If the large sign was a problem, if we put something smaller like a QR code on a placard, that was within the foundation of the statue, would that be acceptable? Just,
That'd be part of the statute then.
yeah, give visitors a way to get more information if they want it.
That's what I would think of it. If it was part of the statute,
It's part of the statute, it's part of the statute. Mike, I've had a lot of experience with kiosks, and my experience is that after 2 or 3 years, they get neglected and people forget to go out and change the sign, and next thing you know, they're falling apart, and then some kid starts climbing on it and it falls over on them
and break the glass,
and breaks, it,
throw rocks at them.
yeah. But if you had a QR code that was, even embedded in the back of the Rhino, to me, it would make the most logical sense, I mean, but.
Pending, make a motion to allow the rhinos, statues only, be placed on county properties. Pending staff approval on placements.
About notification to all county city clerks that they would be open to something like that. Otherwise, you're gonna hear,
Yeah.
you may not, but you may.
I don't know, any other city has any like that in Marion,
Burns has roosters
Main Street?
all over the place. They kind of do the same thing, but with roosters.
Call it a chicken.
I don't know about other communities. Do you know that?
I think Kent's saying more along the lines, if they have anything as far as tourism.
I mean, we gotta treat everybody the same in the community. Say, spend a day in Marion and come over and check us out.
Absolutely.
And I see some of the benefit. So, they have the Arts and Crafts Fair and the Art in the Park. There's no hidden secret why they're both on the same day. People make that trek in from far enough and then they float to both places and they make a day of it.
There may not be another community that wants to do anything, but I think it has to be disclosed what's going on.
Right. And the rhinos are not, they're not Marion, they're Chingawassa.
Marion County
Well, yeah.
stole it from Chingawassa.
But it's Chingawassa was from up north, it's
Yeah.
They're the one that started it.
That's where it originated. It's kind of become,
used to be the rail stop.
yeah, it's kind of become
Small.
synonymous with the community now. It's more,
Yeah, it's actually canceled.
Tom's gonna become a reporter.
That's what the spelling of it.
So, anyway, Here's my motion. I'll include Kent's amendment.
What are we including?
That it be open to any other communities that have tourists that they have, they're notified that we're opening the door here.
Are you including the courthouse grounds?
I said county properties pending staff review
Okay, okay,
on placement.
okay.
Just like that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate your time today. Let me organize my brain real fast.
Commission comments, is there any other? Motion to adjourn. Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.